You downloaded NVivo, you watched the tutorials, you still haven't coded a single thing, and your deadline is getting closer. I've helped nearly 400 PhD students get past this exact block in the last 3.5 years. The problem is never the software, it's that nobody gives you something safe to practice on. In this video, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to go from a blank NVivo project like this to your first real set of codes like this, step by step. Most people think that the way to learn NVivo is to watch tutorial after tutorial until they feel ready. But let me give you a tip. You don't learn NVivo by watching. You learn it by doing. And the reason most beginners never start is because they are terrified of messing up their real data. So here's what we are going to do instead. I've put together a complete practice data set, real interview transcripts, a study description, and everything you need. You can download it for free from the link in the description. We are going to use that dataset together so that you can make mistakes, experiment, and build the skill without any risk to your actual research. By the end of this video, you'll have set up your NVivo project properly, imported transcripts, understood Braun and Clarke 6 steps of thematic analysis, and completed your first real coding session. Not watch someone else. So let's go. And if you're watching this thinking, I don't have time to learn, I just need to get this done, I get it. My Done For You analysis service handles everything from your initial coding to final write-up. The link is in the description if that's where you are right now. But if you want to build the skill yourself, stay with me. So what are we going to cover in this tutorial? Number 1, how to look for data that you can use to practice coding and thematic analysis. Number 2, how to set up NVivo the right way before you touch anything. Number 3, how to import transcripts into NVivo. Number 4, Braun and Clarke 6 steps of conducting thematic analysis. Number 5, how to familiarize yourself with your transcripts before you begin coding inside NVivo. Number 6, how to practice coding using NVivo. And number 7, how to manage codes inside NVivo. Now, let's look at how to look for data you can use to practice coding and thematic analysis. The first thing that I'm going to do is to go to Google and search Figshare.com. Figshare is a website where different people like you and me share research issues or different research materials. For instance, once someone completes their dissertation or thesis, they can share their transcripts. So let's look for transcripts. We are searching. Press enter. You see? So we have different transcripts. Let's open this one, for instance, and another one down there. Actually, let's open this one. This one looks better. And we can also open this one. So basically, these are interviews that we can download and use to practice our coding. This is where I normally get the transcript that I use for my videos. I get them from Figshare.com. I just go download. We can download this by clicking on download here. And basically, that's how we get the transcripts. Now, knowing where we can find practice data, let's go and see how do we set up NVivo. So let's now introduce NVivo. I'm going to be using NVivo 15. So the first thing that we do in NVivo is click on the plus sign for the new project. I just want to call this random projects. Then I want to browse and save this project in one of my local disks. Just save that project in the right folder and then select create project. Please make sure you do not save your project in Drive, because once you save it in the cloud, there is conflict. NVivo might struggle to retrieve information from the cloud and it might make your project to keep hanging. So NVivo has opened a project. I'm going to skip to her. The main things that we should focus on are in the data section we have files, and in the coding section we have codes. So these are sections we can also close like this. So in the data section we have files, in the coding section we have codes. We import our files in the file section and we code them in the codes section. This is what we can do. We can close the message. Remember, I'm in the file section. I can go to import, files, find my data. These are my two documents. Click import. I selected both of them, and we can go and right click in the code section, select new folder. It's called number A, initial coding. So we are going to develop our codes in the initial coding. Basically, that's how we import data into NVivo. That's how we import transcripts into NVivo, and we set it up. So we set up NVivo very well, and we import transcript. Remember, what we want to do is coding, and one of the most common ways to do coding and thematic analysis, or we want to perform thematic analysis, is Braun and Clarke. So Braun and Clarke introduced two scholars. Here they are, Virginia Braun and Clarke, introduced 6 steps of doing thematic analysis, which include familiarizing with the data, generating initial codes, developing themes, reviewing the themes, defining and naming themes, and finally producing the report. So if we go and we familiarize with the data by reading the transcripts, then we generate initial codes. How do we familiarize with the data? We familiarize with the data by knowing what our study is about. For example, this study is about DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives in the manufacturing sector. That's the study title. These are the objectives: to examine the implementation and impact of diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives through HR practices in organizations within the manufacturing sector. The research questions are: how are diversity, equity, and inclusion, which are DEI initiatives, implemented through HR practices in organization within the manufacturing sector? And the second question is, what is the impact of DEI initiatives on organizational performance in manufacturing sector organizations? So these are main research questions, and we have interview questions, of course. So basically, this is what I intend to do. So how do I handle this? I go and read through them in a way that I familiarize with the transcripts. I read the first one and the second one. Remember, we imported both transcripts into NVivo. We can double click here inside NVivo and still do the same. So here are the transcripts. So we read through and familiarize with the data. We have already read the study title and objectives. That's the first step of Braun and Clarke. The second step is generating initial codes. Before we generate initial codes in NVivo, I want to give a random example of codes and see a random paragraph which will show us what codes are, and then we define what codes are, and then we come and do the coding here. So I'll find a random paragraph, I explain what codes are, I define a code, and then we come here and do the coding. Now, here is an example of a random paragraph gotten from the book called The Coding Manual by Johnny Saldana. So I want us to read through this, see examples of codes, and then define what codes are before we go and do initial coding in our transcripts inside NVivo. So let's do this. Driving west along the highway access road up the main street to World Pass Road, there were abandoned warehouse buildings in disrepair, spray painted gang graffiti on walls of several unoccupied and occupied buildings. I passed a Salvation Army thrift store, Neighbor Auto Parts, a tire manufacturing plant, old houses in between industrial sites, an auto glass store, market liquors, budget tire, a check cashing service, and more spray paint was on the walls. So this is a random paragraph of someone who was passing through a certain neighborhood. So how would we code this? We see the first sentence labeled number 1, abandoned warehouse buildings in disrepair. The code is buildings, so that's the first code. The second code is spray painted gang graffiti on walls of several occupied and unoccupied buildings. So that's graffiti, right? Then number 3, Salvation Army thrift store, Neighbor Auto Parts store, a tire manufacturing plant, old houses in between industrial sites, an auto glass store, market liquors, budget tire, a check cashing service. Those are businesses. And then more spray paint was on the walls. That's graffiti. So basically, these are the different ones. If you look at this, you can see the codes are labels or interpretations coming from the work. So a code is a label or an interpretive statement to any information that's important to our research questions. We only code things that are important to our research questions, and that's what I'll be doing. I'll be coding things that are important to our research questions here, and I'll teach you how to manage the codes. So back to the NVivo, click on the initial coding section. Let me begin where the interview begins. So let's read here together. I'm focusing on DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives in organization. Could you tell me more about DEI initiatives in your organization? Are they focused on any specific groups like women or people with disabilities? So I want to use these questions as containers or use color codes. For example, we can say this is question number 1. So I can copy this, right click, go to new code, call it question number 1. Another thing I can do is use color codes for all codes. Select aggregate coding from children and click OK. Then are they focused on any specific groups? That's another question. Remember, it's a follow-up question, so this one can be question number 1A. Remember, I'm only using questions as containers to contain the codes so that my codes will not be lying everywhere. So let's just read the whole response, then we do some coding, okay? This whole response. So could you tell me more about DEI initiatives in your organization? Are they focused on any specific groups like women, people with disabilities? So DEI is definitely a priority in our organization, and while it's a broad concept, we aim to cover multiple aspects. Being in the manufacturing sector, we have specific requirements that we must follow, such as providing a creche for working mothers, feeding rooms, and other facilities to support women. We are also working towards ensuring that employees from different ethnicities and backgrounds feel included. That said, we don't segregate based on population groups. We apply DEI principles across the board. So let's look at the codes here. So could you tell me more about DEI initiatives in your organization? So this first sentence, DEI is definitely a priority in our organization, and we aim to cover multiple aspects. So I can right click. Remember, I just highlighted right click, code selection. Come here. Prioritizes DEI. Remember, I'm voice typing. I have a voice typing software. So prioritizes DEI. I put that code below here. Being in the manufacturing sector, we have specific requirements that we must follow, such as providing a creche for working mothers, feeding rooms, and other facilities to support women. So, are they focused on specific groups like women? Yes, they have this. I want to code that. Right click. Women have a creche and feeding rooms. So that's a code of a DEI initiative targeting women. And then we are also working towards ensuring that employees from different ethnicities and backgrounds feel included. So inclusive activities for employees from diverse ethnicities. Code selection. You can see the codes are in this place, and if we double click, let me double click on one of our codes. This is the quote that we got from that code. We can click on the blue link to show where this came from. See that? Highlight or this section came from that. Double click on another code here. Click on the blue link. You can see the highlights of everything that we are coding. So basically that's how we get codes in NVivo. Let's keep coding more. Maybe I'll take up another question. So what kind of initiative does your HR department take, particularly in recruitment, training, and development? That's another question. Copy, right click, new code. This one is Q2, it's the second question. Remember, I'm just using questions as containers. They are just to manage my codes. They do not affect meaning, as we will see in my next lesson. How we move from all these codes to having themes and all that. Okay. They say, this is the response. In HR, we play a pivotal role in driving DEI initiatives. We start by developing policies that ensure equal opportunities and anti-discrimination. Recruitment is a key area where we focus on building diverse talent pools. This includes actively sourcing candidates from underrepresented communities and ensuring bias-free hiring practices, such as blind recruitment, where selection process is based purely on skill and experience rather than any personal characteristics. For example, we don't see names or demographic information until the final rounds of interviews. So, what kind of initiatives does your HR department take, particularly in recruitment, training, and development? We start by developing policies that ensure equal opportunities and discrimination. I think that's a good code. So I highlight this, right click, code selection. Remember, this is for question number 2. Let's click on child code. Formulating policies that promote equal opportunities and anti-discrimination.
So that's the code that I just made there. That's one code. That's one thing they say they do. But then later we can have initiatives divided into recruitment, training, and development, but we will do that when revising codes. Recruitment is a key area where we focus on building diverse talent pools. This includes actively sourcing candidates from underrepresented communities. So I want to code all that up to there. Right click, code selection. I want Q2, actively recruiting diverse talent pools. So that's the code that I have there. Then code selection. Another code, adopting bias-free hiring practices. So basically, this is how we get codes. I could go on and on and on and repeat the same thing. We finish the first participant before we go to the second one. So when we go to the second participant, we code the same way. We put the codes in the previous containers. What do I mean? Let's open it and just do maybe a code or two. So actually, let me code this section here. This is transcript 2. So can you elaborate on practical steps taken to improve diversity? How do these initiatives work in practice? So HR is responsible for driving these changes by implementing policies, running surveys. So if you look at implementing policies, you remember there's somewhere I had coded about policies. Let's open the codes for question 2. You see formulating policies, and this person talks about implementing policies. So those ones can be related. So we can drag and drop this into that code. You see the numbers we change. 2 files, 2 references. That means the quotes are coming from 2 people with 2 quotes. The first step is identifying where diversity is lacking. So one initiative is right click, code selection. This is a DI initiative, examining organizational areas lacking in diversity. You can see that's another code that I have there. Look at the numbers, 2 files, 2 references, because I've already coded 2 transcripts. And we can go to view all coding, and you can see all the sections I'm coding. So basically that's how we do initial coding. We go and do initial coding for the first participant, we finish second. That if you have 10 participants, you have to do initial coding for 10 before you move to the next step. In my next video, we're going to move from codes to themes, and even how we probably export information and all the other steps.
So let's recap. You set up your NVivo project the right way. You found and imported practice data. You understood Braun and Clarke's 6-step framework and why skipping familiarization is the biggest mistake beginners make. And you completed your first actual coding session, including organizing your codes so they don't spiral out of control. One more thing before you go, I've provided all the files I used in this video for free. The transcripts, the study details, the NVivo project file, and the codebook. Download them from the link in the description and do it yourself. And if you've just finished your interviews and you're sharing at NVivo not knowing where to start, I've put together a free NVivo quick start guide specifically for PhD students in that exact position. It walks you through your first 5 steps. The link is also in the description. And if you've got real data waiting and you need someone to help you through it properly, my done for you analysis service is also in the description. Whether it's interview transcripts, survey data, or a mix, I've seen it all and I can help you get it done. Now here's the thing. You've got codes, but codes are not findings. The real magic happens when you turn those codes into themes, refine them, and export a complete findings report. That's exactly what I'll cover in part 2. Go watch it right now. I'll link it in the description down here.